Hello, and thank you for joining me tonight on After Dark with Tyler. I am so excited for the debut of my new show, episode, whatever you want to call it, here on T3 Media Studios channel. Not too much has changed from our regular Friday night. However, I will be your main host moving forward, and I'm super excited for that. Of course, Chris will still be here too, because I could not do this without him. So he will be my co-host for the show on Friday nights now, and also the tech guy and the man behind the camera who does everything except for talk for me.
Yeah. Hey guys, yeah, I'm here. I'm still here.
Yes, verifying. Chris is still in the building, although he's having a little bit of difficulties with his jacket right now, but that's okay because guess what? It's not his show anymore. So anyway, guys, if it's your first time joining, I really appreciate you coming in. If you're a returning visitor, welcome to, the small transition to where I'll be taking over as your main host. If you guys are in the chat, be as active as you'd like, and I'll be reading them live as your questions and comments come in. And we have a few topics tonight that I'm really excited about. Of course, our main topic that we're talking about tonight is a quiet place. Chris has to get in to roast me real quick.
That earlier, it was too funny. A quiet place, day one.
Yes, not a silent place, a quiet place, day one, that actually is coming out tonight. So our review will be completely spoiler-free. I know a lot of you are going to see it this weekend, so feel free to watch the pod and listen and not have to worry about any spoilers. We won't give anything away for you. But we're definitely going to get to that. But before we do, we have a few other topics that we want to talk about. Just a couple of things going on in the horror universe that are interesting. And we'll also, at the end, go through the winner of the poll for the psychological horror movies that we put up on Instagram that we're going to be discussing on our next podcast. So, without further ado, we'll get started. So, our first topic is something that I'm really excited about, and that is Blumhouse has announced that Mike Flanagan will be doing I think it's a reimagining of The Exorcist. So, I'm pretty sure it's a reimagining. It's not a sequel. He's going to be doing a drastic new take on The Exorcist, and I am so excited for this. It's probably the best news that I've got all 2024, because this is a strange collaboration for me, because it's two things I love a lot. So Mike Flanagan, if you're not familiar with who he is, he's a very amazing horror director. Some of the most popular shows or movies you might know that he's done is The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix, Haunting of Bly Manor, Midnight Mass. He's also did Dr. Sleep. The movie was a sequel to The Shining. And by the way, everything I just named is phenomenal. If you haven't seen any of those, please watch them. You will love them, I think. But yeah, so I love Mike Flanagan. I don't want to say he can do no wrong, but he is very, very talented, and okay, so yeah, Mike Flanagan aside, I'm also super, super obsessed with The Exorcist. The Exorcist is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Of course, I'm talking about the original 1973 Exorcist. And The Exorcist kind of paved the way for a lot of exorcism movies that followed. Of course, it wasn't the first exorcism movie, but it was probably the first and best one to do it right. It's a classic. It's timeless. It was terrifying when it came out in 1973. You can watch it today in 2024 and still be terrified. It's just a classic movie that you paved the way for a lot of subgenre in horror. So, some of you may remember, we talked about this on a previous podcast, that we had a 50-year reunion or a sequel to the original Exorcist. And despite really great marketing, it was a huge letdown, in my opinion. So I was pretty bummed about that, considering I love The Exorcist. I was here for a sequel.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you to remind me what your thoughts were about that remake.
Yeah.
What overall was it because I didn't watch it. What
it was boring. It wasn't scary, and the parts of the original Exorcist that make it iconic was you had a little girl saying the most filthy, horrible cuss words.
Oh, yeah.
There was a lot of shocking stuff in the original that really, in my opinion, should have been brought to the sequel. They also kind of teased that Linda Blair would be in the sequel, so we thought we were going to get a Linda Blair actress in the movie, and then we got her like for 5 seconds at the very end. So it just
they did a tease, that sucks.
Yeah, so that one was a letdown in my opinion. So I kind of was just I just kind of like decided that, you know what, The Exorcist is amazing. I'm glad we have the original, but no one's ever going to top that. And I'm not saying Mike Flanagan's going to top it. I don't think you can top something like that, but I think he's going to do it justice with his reimagining, because Mike Flanagan is just a genius, honestly. And I'm really excited to see some of the actors and actresses that he has in a lot of his shows and movies, to see them in The Exorcist. I think that'll be exciting. He reuses his actors and actresses in a lot of his work. So what do you think, Chris?
I was just laughing a little bit because I was just checking the chat for you. I know you can't see. Oh no, yes, you can.
I'm just looking at it for the first time.
Yeah. We got Ella Gray in the chat saying, "I hope they stop doing movies like that. It's so demonic." LOL.
We might be at the wrong podcast.
Yeah, exactly. She joined me on my Talking to the Media's podcast, and it was helping me out when I was testing out the. So if you're not into horror, this is a whole different
Friday nights
show.
might not be the one for you, but hey, I think you should stay and listen. You might change your mind.
Yeah, Friday nights is a whole different show. This is the After Dark with Tyler Cossey. So,
but thank you for joining, and thank you for being interactive in the chat.
Yeah. Also, Michael Birchfield says, "Hello, friends." He's in the chat. I'll put it up.
Hello, Michael.
See if it comes up again on the lower third. There we go. I gotta make that bigger. But other than that, I was going to ask you about a little bit more about the exorcism and whatnot. When I looked at the show notes, I was like, this is the director who did the Witch, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I don't think so.
Am I thinking about? Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Robert Eager. This is, but this is not his first time working with Blumhouse though.
No.
This is. What was the other I was trying to remember what the other Blumhouse film that he did. I guess it's right here in the notes. Universal has set its new Exorcist movie. Was it Dr. Sleep? Yeah, did he do Dr. Sleep?
He did do Dr. Sleep.
Okay, that's the movie that I was thinking about. And I still haven't caught up with that one either. That was one of the Max during when the pandemic, I think was when
Dr. Sleep is so good.
Is it worth watching?
Yes, I know I'm going to sound silly by saying it's one of my favorite horror movies because I just said that about The Exorcist. I have a solid top 5. Dr. Sleep is in there.
Oh.
Yes, I love Dr. Sleep. It's a sequel to The Shining. Stanley Kubrick obviously did The Shining. Flanagan did Dr. Sleep. And yeah, it's one of my favorite horror movies. So.
And Ella Gray says, "My daughter loves horror movies." So there you go. So it's not an anti-horror thing. It's just not her cup of tea.
Maybe it's the demonic stuff you don't like.
Loves the channel more than the horror, but I skipped the last one based on what you said, based on your review, because
Dr. Sleep?
No, not Dr. Sleep, on the last Exorcist movie.
Oh, good.
So I was like, you know what? No, because for the most part, I'll take your recommendations on. I know your standards of The Exorcist. I know are up there. Maybe we might disagree on certain horror movies,
right,
but I know you know what you're talking about when it comes to The Exorcist. So I was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna. Yeah,
I actually paid $20 to watch it on Prime, and I was so angry. So I wouldn't even watch it for free. So glad you took my advice.
It says on the note says that this marks the fourth team up between Flanagan and Blumhouse. Yeah. He wrote and directed Oculus in 2013, Hush 2016, Ouija, Origin of Evil in 2016, along with The Shining inspired Dr. Sleep. Yes, okay.
And Oculus and Ouija are both really good movies too. Yeah, I'm telling you, he
knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's extremely talented. Mike Flanagan's horror movies kind of feel like poetic to me. They're beautiful. I don't know. I know that's weird, but yeah. So I think the new Exorcist, or Flanagan's version of The Exorcist, is coming out in 2026. So we'll keep you updated on that if anything else comes out. Moving on.
Move into the next topic?
Yeah, right. We have a trailer review, or what's it called when you watch it live? Reaction. So Chris has already seen this trailer. I have not. So I'm going to watch it for the first time live with you guys right now.
This is
assistant, do you mind pulling that up for me?
Oh, yeah. No, sorry about that. Let me Let me get that up and going for you real fast. All right, we got Nosferatu. Here goes the trailer. So, all right, so just letting you guys know that usually when we do live streams, they don't really like us to show other people's content that much. It might get flagged. So when it happens, when you try to catch back up with this, if you're watching this live or if you're watching it after the fact, and you don't see the reaction, I had to make it into a separate video. So just in case, just letting you guys know. But if you're watching live, she's about to do her reaction right now. All right, so Tyler, you ready?
Yep.
All right, here is the trailer for Nosferatu. I got it right here. Here we go.
Come to me.
What do you think?
Looks good.
Speaking about like artsy and whatnot, what do you think about that cinematography?
Yeah, it looks really gothic.
Yeah.
I like it.
Let's see, it's coming out in December, coming out in Christmas.
Oh yeah, I love
December
that.
25th. Directed by Roger Eggers. That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah,
The Witch, the Northman, who directed The Lighthouse and Hansel and Gretel.
Okay, that makes sense. It seems kind of on brand for him.
Focus film, Universal movie. But let's talk about this cast. You got Bill Skarsgård as Nosferatu. You got we just saw him, Willie Dafoe. I didn't recognize it. I didn't know that was Lily Rose Depp.
Did not
Johnny
recognize
Depp's
her
daughter?
either.
Yeah, from Yoger Holzer. That's Kevin Smith movie. I had to throw that in there. And the TV series, the Max TV series, The Idol. That TV series that was
that shit show. Yeah.
Did you watch that?
Every bit of it.
You watched it?
Yeah.
I heard it was so bad. I just skipped it.
It was so bad. She was phenomenal in it.
Was she?
Absolutely phenomenal. But the show itself
Was a shit show.
Oh my god! It was just a big. I don't know.
It was a big Yoger Holzer.
Yeah.
And Nicholas Hoult, our upcoming Lex Luthor, Mr. From the Mad Max movies. He's been in the X-Men movies. I don't know if you don't know if you recognize him in the trailer, but he was that wasn't the same guy that was in. Am I getting them mixed up? It was. I thought I recognized somebody from that last movie that we saw. Not Frankenstein, the Frankenstein themed movie, the comedy.
Oh, Lisa Frankenstein.
Lisa Frankenstein. At first I thought it was him. I thought it was that boy, but no, it was just Nicholas Hoult. But your overall, like, what do you think about that trailer? Like, does that make you? Did it raise your expectations? Like, did it entice you more to go see it? Or?
Yeah, I mean, well, the cast alone made me want to go see it, but the trailer did good too. I mean, I'm interested in seeing it for sure. Yeah. What about you?
Oh, yeah. I didn't know what to expect on that. I was like, you know what? The last Nosferatu type movie that we saw, the one on the ship, I was like, to me, it was kind of a letdown.
Yeah.
But this one, I think, is going to bring it back.
Right.
I think I'm ready for this one.
Me too. And what do you guys think if you're watching and you saw the trailer? Hopefully, you were able to watch it live with us. If not, check it out on YouTube. If not,
I'll make it into a separate.
Okay, bet.
A separate video.
Cool.
That way we won't get demonetized. All right. Yeah. So.
Well, moving on. I wanted to talk about. We'll just touch on Crystal Lake, the Crystal Lake series, really quickly. It's kind of seeming like, I don't want to say a shit show, but what the hell is going on?
What's the news?
They kind of like they halted production and said, yeah, this is off. And then I think they like fired their director, and then they came back and they're like, actually, just kidding, it's back on again. And nobody really knows. I feel like it's just up in the air right now.
I didn't know that it was a Peacock production. I didn't know that's where it was going to debut on. So
I didn't know that either. But
so it's been on again and off again.
Just on again, off again, and. But I do know that we talked on the other podcast about what we thought it might be about, and I think you were right. I think it's a cursed Crystal Lake.
So it's not like a villain of the week kind of a thing, but a situation of the week maybe.
They said it's a place where camp counselors come to die at doomed Crystal Lake. But I know
Will it be before or after Jason?
I'm not sure, but they have Charlize Theron playing Jason's mom.
So a young version of Jason's mom? So maybe just after, maybe just before she goes on her killing spree.
Yeah.
Maybe she puts a curse.
Well, I don't know. I use the word curse lightly. I'm not sure if it's actually cursed, but bad luck Crystal Lake is what it seems like. Yeah.
It's just bad luck if she catches you and drowns you or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if it's pre-Jason or post-Jason's death.
Or maybe they extend her rampage. Maybe that's kind of a thing. Like
Well, we don't know because we're not getting many updates from them just yet.
Like she's like a serial killer kind of a thing. But obviously she was a serial killer because she killed a whole bunch of people. But I don't know. I just couldn't understand how to really make that into a series.
Right.
But you already, when you said Charlize Theron, I was like, that's it. I'm watching. So I didn't know that. So
yeah,
that intrigues me.
I'm not giving up hope on them yet. I still hope they make the series in it.
So is it still greenlit? Is it still happening?
I think as of right now, they've re-greenlit it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll keep looking at updates on that for you guys. But I think now what everybody wants to talk about, and the main reason why we are here, is to give our Quiet Place Day 1 review. Now, Chris and I have both seen it separately, and I don't know if Chris liked it, and Chris doesn't know if I liked it, and I kind of want to do something. Because Chris and I almost always disagree on horror movies. When one person likes it, the other usually doesn't.
What?
So, you ever notice that?
Sometimes, but... I don't. I'm just trying to fix the lower third, but no, I think we might be on the same page on this one. Maybe not. I don't know. Now you're worrying me.
Right. Okay.
So
I think on 3 we should say.
Or do you want to get Joy in here to?
Yeah.
Well, we can start. And I'll text her and let her know
Okay.
to come through. So you said on 3.
On 3, say yes if you liked it and no if you didn't like it.
I'm trying to figure out why the lower third isn't working right here. So now I'm trying to figure out Nosferatu.
Stay tuned, guys, for technical difficulties just really quickly.
No, it's just a little minor.
In the meantime, if you're watching on YouTube, take a quick break to appreciate Miss Perry, Podcast Perry, who's in the studio with us today.
Podcast Perry.
Perry also saw A Quiet Place Day 1. She snuck it in her mommy's purse. And she
What?
watched, yeah.
You brought Perry.
Yeah, you didn't see that on Instagram? Yeah, my baby came. She saw her first big screen.
Oh, wow.
So that's why Perry's on the podcast. We're going to see if we can get Perry's opinion on the movie.
So you just saw it today?
Last night.
Oh, that's not okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm getting all the graphics up. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm going to read some chats. AI is taking over. They're trying to make it where they're not going to need humans to act. That's probably true, and that is scary. AI is taking a lot of things away from a lot of people, including jobs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're taking acting jobs away. They're also taking, graphic designer jobs away. The cinematographers, or things are being left to AI. So, we're in a strange transitional point right now. Now that we're having the big AI boom.
Ella also goes, "Oh, so cute. Now the dog is going to have nightmares." But you said you want, on 3, you said you want to say whether we liked it or not, or what do you want to say?
Yeah, so yes as I liked it and no as I didn't on 3, okay?
All right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Oh, yay. Okay.
Dave, did you like a Quiet Place? We have our third host here.
Yes, I liked.
This was her first time ever seeing any of the Quiet Place movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So-
I liked all 3 of them, but I think this might be an unpopular opinion, but this was my favorite.
I said it was my second favorite. I still like the original better, but this one moved into second place. Maybe I'll change my mind later, but this was your this topped it for you. So where do you rank it?
I go 3, 1, 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm 1, 3, 2.
and Joy,
She's just 3.
It's just 3.
Joy I just saw that one. That was it.
But again, no spoilers, of course. But I really enjoyed it. It was emotional for me, honestly. Yeah. One of the parts that I found was so powerful was that you really only had 2 characters the whole movie, for the most part, and you got to, without any words, really, very little words.
You had no dialogue almost at all.
And you still get to know these characters and feel for them and care about them and kind of feel like you know them, even though they're not really talking that much. Mm-hmm. It was emotional to me, honestly. It was powerful, sad. But I will say, I think the best part about this movie would have been absolutely nothing without the cat. The cat made this movie.
Joy, now you're about to activate Joy. She's got some cat facts about this movie now. If you want to hear, what you?
Oh, it was just Lupita
Nyong'o
is not. She didn't like cats. Well,
The
she
actress?
didn't. She was terrified of them.
Oh wow.
So she said she had to do some pet therapy to
Oh wow. That's
be able to handle it. But she said she loves. She's loved the cat
lady now?
was
Well,
like,
she likes that cat at least.
right.
yeah.
a paid actress cat.
Yeah.
I wonder if the cat got paid.
The
his
owner?
trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The trainer. Yeah. Cat gets food.
No, literally, I was like watching. There's like a scene where they're swimming underwater with the cat, and I
I'm
was
like-
literally like rocking it from like the cat can't breathe. The cat's gonna drown.
That was our first spoiler.
That's not a spoiler. Not a spoiler. That is not a spoiler. That's one
Actually,
scene.
no, you're right because actually they did show a jumping in water scene in one of the trailers. So you're right, that wasn't a spoiler. So which I was mad about. I'm like, why did they show that scene?
Yeah,
But
I was waiting for that scene too because I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I was like not going. I was debating back and forth because I was like, Chris,
Something happens to the
if
cat.
something happens to this cat, I'm gonna be real upset.
That's on you,
I
Chris.
said, I said, realistically, something should not like pets should not survive in this movie based on the monster. But then I remembered in the first one, I remember deer in the wild. So I think the monsters are
Doesn't care.
trained to only hunt humans.
Yeah.
If I'm not,
I hope so.
I think they're designed. I have a theory that they're like an alien species that like a pesticide or something like that. Like they use these things
Yeah.
to like we're the virus and they're cleaning.
Yeah.
They're clearing out
They're
the
like,
planet.
okay, go clean out the earth real
Yeah,
quick.
clean
It
out
was also like, it was funny and sad at the same time because Joseph Quinn, his character, he kept following her around and she's like,
No spoiler. We're not doing spoilers, but
well, no, but I mean, he's like, go. She's like, get away from me.
yeah, that people. Yeah,
And
people
he's
need
just
to-
like,
It's so sad. It's
That
just
one
so
scene where he's
go
like,
where?
I'm back.
like, hey, hi. It's
Oh,
like,
he's so
Hi.
freaking
like,
cute.
hi, I was in on Netflix. Like, hi. He's kind of a wait.
I
So
also
we're
said-
not gonna label him as a creepy stalker.
I would have. I would have
saw
if I
they
was
had
her.
conversations on set about because, he's joining the Marvel universe, and she's already part of the Marvel universe.
Oh,
So he was like, "Can you give
She
me
was
any?"
in Black Panther, and he's about to be in the Fantastic
He
Four.
was like, "Can you give
Oh.
me any tips, tricks? What do I need to know? What's the news?"
Bulk up. That's pretty much it. Bulk up. But overall, you said it was your favorite out of all three. I think I still have to rewatch the second one. So you said what made this one your favorite?
The family that we followed in 1 and 2, I just didn't feel like an emotional closeness to them. I wasn't really invested. I mean, I really wasn't. I didn't feel like there was a lot of character development for them.
Maybe probably because you start off kind of being disappointed or upset with one of the kids a little bit. And
Yeah.
that kind of throws you off a
No,
little bit. But she redeems herself.
But I think
I don't wanna
she's
spoil it for
she's such
You mean
a good emoter of
Lupita Nyong'o?
yes of
She's always-
emotions. She's so good. I mean, I showed Chris a clip last night of her on Hot Ones where they eat the hot wings.
Oh yeah, you need to watch that.
Why is it funny?
If you have not seen the Peter
She needs an
Luongo
Emmy
on
just
Hot,
for that.
Was it acting? I'm confused.
no,
No.
Hot Ones is a it's an interview. It's like one of the most popular interview shows.
go
where
through-
And they eat
where
the
the hot,
yeah,
the wings,
hot-
yeah.
From the
Was she really
lowest
funny on it?
to
Oh my god, one of the funniest.
Oh, I want to see it. I love
what's
watching
his
those.
name? The other British black dude. What was his name?
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba had the funniest reactions to
'Cause
all
he
that
was
hot
like,
food. He was like, "What the fuck?" It's asking the producers, "Can they fight?" Because he was so pissed off on how hot the food was. But Lupita Nyong'o was so you empathize with her so much. She was so sweet. And it was still hilarious at the same time, her being attacked by this damn food. So you gotta, if you haven't seen the Peter Nwongo's interview on Hot
It
Ones, go
just
watch
came
it.
out.
It just came out.
I'm definitely gonna watch
Go
that.
watch that one. But back to
No, you're fine.
A Quiet Place or A Silent Place as
Hey.
a host.
Tomato.
She put A Silent Place review on it. Like, what the fuck is that?
On the flyer.
Okay. Yeah, on the flyer that went out to millions.
It's my first day on the job, guys.
Her millions and millions of followers. So if you're not following Tyler,
Look, that was intentional to see if y'all would catch it.
Yeah. We know that correcting people is something that people like to do on Instagram.
Yeah, it was definitely strategic.
Yeah,
for sure.
It made you focus. But for me, the overall, yeah, I loved it. I said here on Twitter right after the movie, while I was trying to put my review in before I was rudely interrupted by my own little anyway. But so when I was there at the screen and I tweeted, I just saw A Quiet Place Day 1. This was the best installment after the original. Lupita Nyong'o and Joseph Quinn have the perfect amount of on-screen chemistry. The best part of the movie wasn't the jump scares, it was the moments of humanity.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's what I said.
Yes, it really was. I think that's why I liked it the most. It was like, I feel more of the humanity in this one.
Yeah.
And it was...
Tyler was afraid that we were, because we always sometimes disagree. She thought we weren't going to agree on this one.
I'm surprised that we do.
Yeah.
But... Okay, sometimes you have good taste, Chris. I'll give it to you every now and then.
I mean, I was upset off the bat. I mean, we've seen the trailers. So you've already seen multiple shots in these trailers of her holding this cat, like, around with the yellow jacket or whatever. And in the first...
Mr. Rogers jacket.
In the first 5 minutes of the movie, when the aliens come down, the cat's gone, and I'm like... Where the hell is the cat?
Okay, now let's talk about movie mistakes.
Where's the
Realistically, you would have never found that cat again.
Oh, yeah.
That cat would have been gone, running.
So I was like...
Theoretically, that cat should still be running to this
I was
day.
like, wait a minute. Where did the cat go?
I only came for the cat.
Yeah,
We just got started.
I remember this annoying YouTuber said that about the Captain Marvel movies. I'll only watch. She always hating on Brie Larson, but I'll only watch it for the cat. Like, yeah, right. So that's what Joy was like. Joy was like, I'll watch it to see the cat, and then she thought the cat was gone. You thought
Are you kidding?
We just got started.
I'm watching a horror movie for nothing.
Exactly.
For no cat.
Then it comes back, and it's like everywhere. But it was.
I do have one more thing I want to say about it, because it was probably my only negative I have.
Okay. Yeah.
Only negative is when I heard it was called A Quiet Place Day 1, I thought we were going to see like an origin of I thought we were going to kind of learn more of the mystery, why they got here,
Or
how
where they came from.
Yes.
And what their point is.
Exactly. I thought we were going to kind of figure it out a little bit more.
I honestly think they're the space equivalent of antibodies. I think they're meant.
I wish
we're
that
the virus and
they
the
would have
antibodies.
gave us something in the movie that when you call it a Day 1, I think we're going to get like a.
Like, did you expect to see like a ship coming over the Earth or something like
yeah,
that?
maybe. I feel like it was kind of just like a redo of
maybe on day 3, maybe on day 2.
She's seeing some like
day -1.
Day -1. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
she's
yeah.
seeing some like Star Trek ship in space. That's
Yeah.
like, send them
suck?
now.
Wouldn't that suck to see some humanoid like guy on the ship go release the hounds? That would make this suck so bad. I don't know.
My master plan.
Well, a ship maybe, but not. I don't want to see like aliens. I don't think. I think these things are enough. You also had a note. I think you reminded me to tell you about like apocalyptic situations.
Oh yeah, my drunk thought I sent you last night at 3 a.m. I am so sorry.
What was that about? I thought.
Okay,
I was like, when I saw drunk, I was like, I will be drinking. So like, are we bringing alcohol on the show?
Well, I started early last night.
I'm not drinking.
I don't know why I was just literally thinking about the movie, and I was thinking about how in almost every post-apocalyptic movie, somebody has a medical emergency and they need medicine, so they have to send somebody to a store to get them medicine to save their life. And for some reason, when they go to these stores, it's always just stocked with all the good medicine and shit. Like in real life, the first place they would hit, looters would hit a freaking drugstore and take all those drugs.
The only reason I let that go in my mind was just because everybody's dead.
Well,
so many people. So it's not
Yeah.
a situation. There's not that many looters because we
Well,
don't got that many left.
That's true.
That's okay. Yeah, that's true too. It is how many of those monsters there was and how fast they took out a lot of people. So obviously, you wouldn't be thinking about looting and stuff. But even if let's say that wasn't the situation. I thought about your text when you talked about that topic because I thought about how many times in like zombie movies and stuff you see certain stores. food, I think, is the first thing what people would think about when it comes to looting things. Food first. Medicine, I think, would be food would be that first week. I think food would be what people would struggle to try to fight to get. Medicine, I think, would be an afterthought.
I was more bothered with you only grabbed one flashlight. There's like 20 flashlights. You get one damn flashlight, the batteries are going to be dead so
I remember
fast.
that scene too. And that's how the spoil.
And one can of cat food, like, why are we only getting one or two items? Fill that bag up.
I thought, well, you don't want to carry too much because you don't want to make too much noise because it rattles.
I know, but you need more than just one item.
But you know what
and he does the same thing when he goes in. One flashlight. Like, why are we just getting
you don't
one?
want to carry too much stuff because what if you drop something? You don't want to bring too much attention to it. I mean, like, if it's zombies, yeah.
I'm not saying take everything,
I don't
but
think
you
they would
need
hear a
some
bunch
spares.
of stuff in a bag. If you're walking with a bag with a bunch of items in it, as long as, yeah.
But you can't control if it rattles, if you drop it.
You mean
if the bag splits open, and all that stuff.
You can kind of control all of that. I feel like.
I mean, you can. But what's safer, grabbing one thing or grabbing 10 things? In this situation,
I'm not saying go crazy and fill it up overflowing.
I mean, like,
you
the
need
price
more
is
than
right.
a couple of things.
But what Tyler's point about how the pharmacy was untouched. Here's another thing that I remember from I don't know if it was from a movie or if it was some crazy guy's theory about apocalypse situations. Somebody told me that if you're wherever in the apocalypse, if the zombies ever attack, you know, all the looters and stuff that Tyler that you were talking about there, they'll mainly be coming after like the Walmarts and those types of stores. So yeah, no, let them. You want to know what food source you really want to go for that nobody will think of first?
What?
Anybody want to try to?
You already told me. So
I told you. I told you so. You can't. You gotta give you 10 seconds to go.
I'm bad at this. I don't know.
You give up. You give up.
McDonald's.
Anybody in the chat? The drugs will be food. Like Ray says. He goes, no, the one food source that you want to loot first in an apocalypse is not the Walmarts and the Kmarts and stuff, pet stores. Because you say that now, but once all the Walmarts and the Kmarts and everything has been looted, what other food is going to be around?
You're right.
You're gonna when you get hungry enough, that fancy feast is gonna start looking.
Oh my god!
Start looking pretty good,
my god.
And you eventually will be eating it to survive.
Stop.
So you might as well be the first to grab it because you're gonna get it eventually.
Nala's favorite is the beef.
She's
a picky connoisseur.
Yeah. So that's Chris's little tip, horror apocalypse tip. Go for the pet food.
So do you ever
Kibbles and
think
bits.
that like you would be starving so bad, like you're so hungry, and then you see like a can of like meat gravy, whatever it's called for dogs, and you're like, oh my god, that looks so amazing, and just like gobble it all up?
I'm not saying that. You're saying you're thinking to yourself because you got a full stomach right now of whatever you.
But you think it's possible to be that hungry that you would eat dog food and like not just eat it.
Animal instinct. We're animals.
Not just eat it, but see it and be like, oh my god, that looks amazing. Like
no. At first, I think in that situation, I think you'll be like mad at yourself for like thinking, oh my god, this is. But when your stomach goes for like 4 hours straight.
Little toddlers have no problem crunching on dog treats.
Yeah.
When they find it and are like, "This is so tasty,"
yeah.
and you're like, "Get that out of your mouth."
If we take our education out of every little thing, everything we know about dog food and all that stuff, like you said, babies. Like you wouldn't if you think it's edible, you're gonna test it.
They got some pet food that's
Ella
actually
Gray said
good.
they got some pet food that is actually good, and I need to know right now how you know that.
Oh yeah, no, Ella is right. That is correct.
Have y'all tried it?
Kibbles and bits, baby. No, I don't. I've never tasted.
I
have before.
have a dark confession I'd have to make.
Oh God, here we go. Let me play the music. Hold on. Let me see.
It's not that dramatic.
Let me see if we got something here.
Bruh.
Okay, it might be one of those moments. Right now, I'm not starving, so I don't know how I'd actually feel in the moment. But I think I would rather eat like a human and like cook their flesh or like their meat than eat dog
You
food.
would rather go cannibal than processed
She's
food?
like, you're going down.
That sounds better to
Wow.
me. Right? I'm not starving. I might change. I'm starving. But
That's crazy. It doesn't take a lot of pushing for
I mean, that's actually
for Tyler to go straight to cannibal.
Ella,
that's cooked beef meat. You know.
Ella says she had a dare and tried it. was alright.
The double dare, man. The double dare will get you every time. Yeah, but
I with food, I'm so grossed out with like texture and like smells that it'd be tough for me. But a nice cooked human, that would probably be okay.
especially my enemies.
I didn't want to say that part.
I gotta. You just made the list. But other than that, but yeah. Overall, I know it's like I said, it's not my show, but I'm like I like A Quiet Place. I thought it was great. Here's my final question before I throw it back to our host, Joy. Did seeing A Quiet Place day one make you want to see the other two, or are you like, like if we have time?
Considering that I know the first one, that a human dies, that one of the other things besides pets.
We don't have to worry about spoilers for those two movies. It's been years.
Well, I know the child dies.
Right.
I don't like stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
the old school Pet Cemetery, the little boy getting run over by the freaking 18-wheeler was like, all right, I don't want to watch this anymore.
What are you, a wuss?
I love horror movies that kill the people you love.
Oh my god, there's a hot take.
Because they're so much more entertaining that way.
Yeah.
I want to feel something, and even if it's
The
sadness.
emotional damage.
Yeah.
As long as it's not.
Like I hate when like someone's about to die and then like they get saved like last minute, and it's like, what a fucking wuss, you director! Like let somebody die. Like we'll be okay.
Handle their
I want to watch a horror
beloved
movie.
spouse or mama or whatever, but don't kill the children or the pets. I don't want to watch.
Oh,
that.
not the pets. Not the pets.
She's like, I'm not the pets,
Not
but F them kids.
Little Johnny can go. Seduces.
Do y'all
He's weighing us down.
think everybody's judging me?
A little bit.
I'm actually
But-
a really nice person, guys. I promise.
But overall, if I was to give it a rating, I would say it's about an 8 out of 10 for me. I thought it was excellent. It was
For me,
I think the part one would be like a 9 out of 10. It's very rare that I give a 10 out of 10, but this was an 8 out of 10, and I don't think I finished part two. I think I need to rewatch it or finish it. I can't remember how part two ended, so maybe I didn't finish it. So I got to rewatch it. Maybe I'll do that. What about you? Any rating you want to give it?
Yeah, 1 and 2 are both 7s, maybe like 7.5. They're really, really good. Don't get me wrong, but this one I give at least an 8, or probably like an 8.
Because it's your favorite. Yeah, this one
Yeah.
is your favorite. But I mean, I know you haven't.
8 out of 10 is high for me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
Oh,
for
yeah.
horror movies.
for me,
Joy, what about you?
Seeing as how horror is not my fave, I'm gonna give it a 9 because I'd watch it again.
Yay!
Wow.
It was so good, and we'll talk later after the podcast. I want to talk spoilers, but
But just the character development and everything
Yeah.
that made the movie.
and you learn things, like you learn about a little bit about their background and
Yeah.
things like that you don't really get in the other two. But yeah, I enjoyed it. If y'all have not seen it yet, I think it's the consensus here that we all recommend you go watch it. I don't think you will be upset at all.
I know the numbers for its preview night last night were really
I think I saw 85%
the
on Rotten
question
Tomatoes.
the question now is going to be
like the money it made last night was way more than they expected for
Oh.
a preview night.
Hell yeah.
I
I contributed to that.
the question is now going to be, will Inside Out 2 still be the number one movie, or
Probably,
there's a coin toss. Inside Out 2 is going to make $1 billion this weekend, but they're like, the question is, will it hold the number one spot over A Quiet Place? Because now it's a coin toss between those two. A lot of good movies coming out this year, but a lot of good horror movies on the horizon.
We have Long Legs out right now too. I need to
Joy will
see.
not watch Nosferatu. She will not. She would. That's a vampire movie. She definitely won't watch that. But That's the review. Okay, so I guess next is the announcements.
Yeah, so the last
let's
thing
move on.
that we have is we are going to do a discussion next week on a psychological horror movie. So I put up a poll with 4 psychological horror movies. I'm going to continue to do that with a different subgenre of horror every week. But this first time was psychological horror, which is my favorite subgenre of horror. And we voted on Instagram of what y'all wanted us to discuss next week. The options were Us, Hereditary, The Invisible Man, and Midsummer. And Hereditary won, barely. It was right up there with Us. What's wrong?
I just recently watched. There's a YouTuber named Natalie Gold who does first time watching. Because she never watched anything when she was a little person, but she
was a little person,
little girl, and then so she's watched all these movies for the first time, and she just watched Hereditary, and I was waiting for that one scene.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so when you said that movie, I was like, ooh. I just think there's that one scene. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're
you.
good.
What?
That seems iconic.
Oh God.
Well, you can't think Hereditary without thinking of that scene.
Yeah.
So Ella said Us is so stupid and confusing to me. Well, we should discuss that one on the podcast, maybe dissect it a little bit. That one is a true psychological horror with underlying.
Us was decent until the very end. I just didn't like that Hands Across America shit.
It was a political statement, but maybe we'll
woke. No.
Yeah, literally, it was, but not they built a wall.
All right. Oh no.
But
No,
anyway,
I'm not one of those everything's woke guys. I just like making fun of those people.
Yeah, so we will discuss Hereditary on the next podcast. If you have not seen it or you need a refresher, you should watch it as well and then hop in the chat and discuss it with us. We won't do it too long on it because I know that it's been out for a while, but we'll take about 5 minutes or so to give our thoughts on it and discuss the inner meanings of Hereditary, along with lots of other horror topics. If you have anything you want us to talk about, send it to us on Instagram, and maybe we'll add it to the list of topics for next week. And in the meantime, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to continue hosting Friday nights moving forward with you guys. If you want to find me on Instagram, I am at @tieordie_. I'm actually @tieordie_ on all socials except for X, which is just @tieordie. Chris, where can they find you?
People, if you want to reach out to, let me make sure I'm on the screen. There we go. I'm at Chris W. Fagan on all the socials, or if you at T3 Media Studios, that's the main social there, so you can reach out to me there.
And Joy?
My TikTok is Viola Fagan, and my Instagram is Scrub Hats and More by Joy.
So I that was so long, I just went with your Lacey one. So it's at Lacey Sheets. I have that. So if you want me to put that back to the other one, I'll do it later.
Yeah, because I don't use that one really.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Chris is like, don't follow my wife. She's good.
Yeah.
I'm her only follower.
Yeah, I'm her only follower.
Well, anyways, thank you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Before we go, Michael says, good night, friend. Let me put that up on the screen right there. Good night, friends. That's what Michael Birchfield
Why don't I see Michael's in the chat?
All he said was hello, and now he's saying goodbye.
Oh, I don't see the goodbye yet. I think
no, he's on YouTube, I think. But
okay, gotcha.
But it's you're right. It's not. Oh, there it is.
I saw
right
the
there.
hello, but I didn't see the other one.
Okay. Oh, there's a delay.
Okay. Well,
there's a delay. But
peace
right
out,
there.
Michael.
The hello is right there at the top.
Yeah.
Right there. But I'm just, that's why I put it on the lower third. There we go.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's a little behind the scenes information for you guys right there. So yeah. All right. So you want to? I interrupted your signing out. You want to sign out one last time?
No, I think they got the hint.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you guys for watching our video. I really do appreciate it. Remember, you can support our show by becoming a member or a patron. So click the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you'll never miss out on when we go live or post new content. Let's stay connected, grow this community together. Like, subscribe, comment, and let's keep talking.